Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful.
But
I'm
Neal-
still very distraught about the possibility of a spell that has a casting time that goes up as you raise in
It's
level.
fixed. It's fixed.
I know, but in the book, casting time 3 rounds plus 1 round per level. It's
It's
ridiculous.
clearly a mistake.
I
It's
know, but
clearly a
still.
mistake. Yeah.
Neal, there's one big question that everybody has on their mind right now. Where do you keep the elephant in your home? Because we heard him just a few seconds ago.
Oh yeah, like that was weird, Neal. Like, you know, it's illegal to have an elephant as a pet, right?
I have 0 elephants as pets in my house.
We heard it though.
No. That was me blowing my nose. That definitely wasn't an elephant.
I don't
No.
believe you, Neal.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
We didn't see it, so you can't like prove that to us.
Yeah, well, that's definitely no elephants in this household.
Definitely no.
So Neal, we've come to discuss the elephant in the
Right.
room.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think
It has its own room. It's a roommate. They're splitting rent.
But it doesn't pay rent, so it's a pretty crappy roommate.
It tries to pay in peanuts.
Hmm
To be fair, nobody would try to break into that house.
Because it's such a lovely area over here with such little crime. I don't know what the crime rate's like in Boulder, but I assume it's small because I've
Okay.
never seen it, and therefore it must not exist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's how the crime rate works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah.
Of course.
Cool. So let's all do some introductions / what we've been up to lately, because we haven't really had a chance to chat in a long time. So Bastian, what's been up with you?
I mean, not much besides lectures and studying. Well, exams are coming up in 2.5 months. So, played some HOTS with some people, I don't know. Neal was among them. But yeah, other than that, pretty fine week.
Cool. Wonderful. Nick, how's life been for you?
Oh, pretty good. Got a haircut. Still watching One Piece. Playing Stardew Valley.
So
Wonderful.
do you plan to finish that in a year on your deathbed?
I'm rewatching it. Yeah, I was already caught up to the 832 or so episodes that are currently out. And then I got bored of just waiting for one every week, so now I'm rewatching it for the 3rd time.
So do you skip the 10 minutes of recap and intro at the beginning of every episode, or do you watch it?
Towards the later, but you know, sometimes I generally watch like the different intro songs like once and then start skipping them.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I think.
But at least right
And-
now, I'm only on like episode 150, 160, somewhere around there. I only need to skip like 3 minutes.
All right. Jason, what's up, man?
Just working and planning a trip. So that's pretty much my whole life right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 3 weeks in Japan takes a lot of planning.
How much sleep have you had today?
I never get sleep. I'll be awake like 20 hours when this finishes,
Nice. Well done.
which isn't horrible.
No, that's reasonable, I would say.
Yeah.
Max, how's that Denmark weather?
Well, it's actually been great throughout the week, except for yesterday. It was pretty crappy. Other than school and gaming, I've watched the latest Infinity War, the new Avengers movie. It's pretty good. Excellent. 11 out of 10.
Really?
Perfect 5 out of 7.
Okay.
Yep. I definitely recommend you guys watching it if you watch Marvel movies.
What if you've only seen about a third of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Then just like binge watch all of them and have a lot of fun doing it.
I definitely
That's what I
recommend
did.
watching
It was
the
pretty
other
good.
movies before watching Infinity War, so you would know the different, character relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's if you just want to see the action, then it definitely has that as well.
What I recommend, watch the important ones, like, of course, the Avengers movies, Guardians of the Galaxies, Thor Ragnarok, probably the recent Spider-Man because it's just a good movie, and
Yeah.
Black Panther. But
Black Panther as well.
Also,
Civil War too, because I still
Doctor
haven't seen that
Strange.
one, and there was stuff that was like,
I would say you could probably get by with just Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, so you know who they are, and really the rest of them, it's just like, are you gonna be really that confused by, wait, these superheroes are punching people? What's that about? I mean,
If you're going with that, then I'd still say Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, of course.
It's
Doctor Strange.
awesome movie.
you need to like know his backstory or just know that he's a magic dude,
I mean,
He's a wizard.
it's a
which
good
you
movie.
can tell right off.
Just watch the good movies.
I was so disappointed with so much of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I just kind of stopped watching the stuff.
I mean,
Oh,
Oh, my
these are-
name, I'm too good
Black
for
Panther
comic
was
book
good,
movies.
and Guardians.
I mean, at
just
least
watch
it's
those two. I think you're pretty set.
Okay.
Neal, as long as you're not
Sure.
saying you are satisfied with the DC cinematic universe, then all is fine.
The Dark Knight was really good.
Let's say the recent DC cinematic universe.
The Dark Knight was really good.
not recently.
That's pretty much my answer.
Yeah, yeah.
With a little bit of sweat going over your brows. The Dark Knight was really
That
good.
was the only one that I really liked. Yeah.
What about Wonder Woman?
Didn't
Didn't
see
like
it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I liked Wonder Woman.
All right, well, wonderful.
wasn't-
Connar, you're up next. What has been going on? Long time no see.
Yeah, so I've had a pretty great couple weeks here. I'm unfortunately coming up on the end of my vacation. I fly out on Wednesday for Hawaii to start work. Oh, it's terrible stuff. End of vacation is always the worst because it's always like you want to cling on to it and just keep enjoying it. But alas, everyone's got to go back to work. So yeah, I've been like looking at stuff in Hawaii, but last week, so not the week we were just finishing, but the week before, my cousin and I went on a road trip down to Zion National Park.
Ooh.
Yeah, yes, it was amazing.
God.
We had a lot of fun, did a lot of hiking. We watched Froyo, or listened to Froyo, I should say, on the way down, on the nights, and on the way back, like whenever we were driving. After a year of telling him, it's like, bro, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, dude. He's like, I don't have time. I was like, yes, you do. You have time. Like, I don't know. And then I get a text from the other day. It's like, I shouldn't have waited so long to watch this. It's like, I freaking told you.
See, that's the thing. If you actually start out waiting week to week, then it's not so bad. But if you like binge up to a certain point and then start having to wait, then it just kills you.
Yep, that's
Like if you're just used to watching like hours of it.
Yep. There was a time in college where I like really got into webcomics and I just binge read them like 2 or 3 days. And then I'd have to wait a week, and it always went week 1. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, week 2. Yeah, let's do this. Week 3. Yeah, week 4. All right, yeah, good. Remember. Week 5. What? Like, I just couldn't stay focused on them for week to week, and that whole thing is like eventually why I haven't really read any since. I keep forgetting about them. Yeah, I don't do good with having to wait a week. I like my fun, and I want my fun now. I also have that problem crop up in video games. I could wait for them to come to me, or I could run out and try and get killed in the process and then get angry. But no, Zion was great. Did a lot of hiking, hiked up to Angel's Landing, Overwatch. I can't remember, but it's like the big long 8-mile round trip one. Went to Bryce Canyon, also really cool. We were gonna go. Yep, we were gonna go see the Grand Canyon, the north side, but unfortunately, they're still shut down for the winter. I think they open up in like 3 days or something.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we literally missed it by 2 weeks, and it's just like, so
You know, they got to close the hole in the ground, otherwise people might fall in the winter.
Yeah. You know. But yeah, we ripped on the Mormons the whole way. We celebrated entering Utah by cracking open a couple cans of Coke. We thought it was going to be really hard to get alcohol while we were there, so we got alcohol up in Washington. It wasn't hard to get alcohol. It's just kind of harder to find alcohol that has anything over 4%. Found out that the Mormons do, in fact, have jokes. We saw something called the polygamy porter. Why have only one? It actually tasted pretty good. I posted a picture of the
terrible
thing in the Discord.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was pretty
funny.
good. There's another one I can't remember. Oh yeah, we drove past this place that is in middle of nowhere, southern Utah, like literally in the middle of nowhere, and is home of the homemade pies. I was like, I get it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, we saw the Black Panther while we were in Utah. We weren't sure if it's going to be the same Black Panther that's shown everywhere else. We were pretty sure that is actually just going to be Panther, and there's going to be a documentary on Black Panthers. If you don't get it, it has to do with Mormons. I'm not sure if I want to go further than that explaining it, but you can probably look it up if you want. We thought it was hilarious. We did go through Salt Lake City. While we were on this trip, we ate at two of the best Mexican places either of us have ever experienced. One was in Boise called the Matador. I had this burrito that was just amazing. Is definitely like a little more on the Americanized version of Mexican food, but the way they season their meat.
Idaho?
In Idaho.
That's wow. I would expect to find really authentic Mexican food up there.
So it was decently authentic, but it's definitely, you could tell like is a bit Americanized, like just kind of from the way they season their meat. But the way they seasoned their meat was freaking amazing. Oh my god! Like we were thinking of stopping this place in Salt Lake City called Red Iguana, and we're just like, I don't know. We had the Matador, and that was just so good. I don't know, but we stopped there anyway because like one of my cousin's friends had recommended it, and they hadn't done us wrong since. So we stopped there, and that was place number 2. It was also really good. Like they had different types of mole sauce, and it was super off. As far as we could tell, it was super authentic, and like it kind of blindsided us because we didn't know what to expect because we saw the description of all these moles, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's got these different nuts like ground up and put in there, and just like, I don't know how that's gonna taste, and the stuff I ended up getting, like I could taste kind of some nutmeg in the mole sauce, and it really caught me off guard. It's like, I don't expect this unless it's Christmas, but this tastes really freaking good. Those were definitely two of the best places, the two best places we stopped at. There's a wing place in Salt Lake City that we stopped at that was pretty good. And then once you got like down to the national park, it was just kind of like pretty generic.
But Zion is nice. Did you get to go hike up through the canyons at the north end of the park?
No, we didn't get to go up there. It was a little cold, a little early in the season for that. We didn't get to do any canyoneering or anything. We didn't get to go to
I guess
Narrows.
it would still be pretty chilly, and the water would still be pretty cold. Yeah.
When we were at Observation Point, there we go. We just kept calling different spots, so I just ended up calling it Overwatch or Overman's. Just I don't know, it's Overwatch.
Observation Point is the one that you hike up to along the trail. Like you park on the side of the road, and before you actually enter the point, right? And you end up on the big rocks overlooking the park.
So there's a lot of places like that. Observation Point is this is the way I remember, is the 8-mile round trip strenuous hike that you kind of walk up the side, and then you like walk around, and then you walk up, and then you can see like the whole, like the main canyon with the Virgin River in there, and like you can see up to the exit, and it's like a 2,200 foot elevation gain. Yeah, it snowed on us when we were up there.
How exciting.
Yeah, not a lot. It's like flaking a little bit, and it's still like in the 40s, so it's like, how's it snowing? But it's snowing.
You know, that Midwestern weather. But I'm going to move it along.
Yeah.
I'm going to start talking to Rob now. Rob, how's life been? How's it going?
Pretty good. So I got three things here. First off, how much do you want to bet that all those people in Idaho think that the Mexican place was serving mole sauce? Like, I don't know, I guess the Mexicans just will make like sauce out of anything. And
The mole stuff was in Salt Lake City.
I would give.
How much you want to bet the Mormons think it was made out of moles?
I think they probably know that it's not made out of moles.
Number two, totally ruined by Connar getting up closer to the camera, because I was going to thank him for letting me practice my shrink person spell. But no, he finally gets up closer to the camera.
He accidentally cast enlarge instead. Oh,
Yeah.
now he's smaller.
I cast enlarge. And the third thing, I just gained so much respect for an old girlfriend. I was going through some boxes that I had, and I found this girlfriend was an artist, and I found this sketch that she did of me, and I was like, oh yeah. And I was thinking, hey, and then I thought, sort of like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, she drew me like one of her French girls or something. And then I thought about how there was a time when like she broke out her all her like softest brushes, and we were like painting on each other and everything. And I was thinking about all this stuff, and then it suddenly hit me like, holy crap, I bet these are like her go-to moves whenever she's like
Whenever she's dating someone new.
Hook up with some guy or make some bitch, like, oh, first I'll draw a sketch of him, and he'll be like, oh wow, this is amazing. And then I'll do the old break out the sable brushes thing. And I'm like, holy shit, they're like probably the total artist moves. I'm like, respect.
You got played, Rob.
Yeah, artist game. She drew a tattoo on me and everything. It's like, yep, artist game.
Yep. All right. You said three things, right? That was three?
That was three, yes.
Well, welcome to Shenanigans, everybody. Shenanigans is a show where I like to try out new ideas and do some weird experimental things and have fun with it. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different today.
Ooh.
No.
Uh-oh.
I can't
It's
wait
not
to
that
rag on
exciting.
you for it, Neal.
It's not that exciting. We'll just see how it goes.
All right, let the ragging begin.
God damn it, Neal! You
have to hype up. Yeah, you have to hype up things.
I like to hype them down, and then if they're good, people will enjoy them, rather than like hype them up and then let them be crap and disappoint everybody.
But
Yeah, I've noticed
Marvel
that.
movies.
The LARP session. You've
Totally
been
Neal style.
Yeah,
Neal,
like the Marvel movies, which get hyped up and actually all kind of suck. Iron Man 1 was good, but 2 and 3 were pieces of crap. Captain America 1 was good, but the other ones were all kind of crap.
2 was the best Captain America by far.
yeah.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! That was not worth the hour and a half of my life. I wish I could get it back. Terrible waste of time.
Probably more than that. It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah, terrible waste of time.
Neal, with that introduction of trying to do new stuff on Shenanigans, and today I'm going to do something new, everybody gets excited, and then you come with a bombshell, but it's not that exciting.
Oh, this might not be that exciting. It's not. Anyway, so
anyway.
I want to
For my
talk to you guys
usual, I'm
about
just
your.
gonna do nothing notable, and my character will be normal in every way.
Perfect. So I wanted to ask you guys a little bit about your characters' backstories here. Gwyneth, what motivates you?
He is in Drakus, in Berkshire, because he was sent there to gather experience for his later life in the noble house of Deldubath. His family sent him there with some, well, he did not really want to go into this barbarous environment. But now he's here, and he is here to gather some experience among the people around here.
Lovely. Okay. Wonderful. And Doreen, what seems to motivate you? What's your
Hands.
backstory? Hands? Just Love the hands. Okay, never mind.
She is here to be the fear that people need to overcome. You know, Teresa teaches that people need to understand and respect their fear in order to overcome it, and she's trying to be terrifying.
All right. And Kyla?
So Kyla left the Elven lands, I guess, whatever, in search of adventure, sort of, and but she was always kind of the like quiet, sneaky type, so ended up picking up those kind of skills. I guess she's mostly out like just looking for interesting things to see and do. Less about fighting, more about just like intrigue.
Okay. Zunkin Rushbutt, what are your primary motivators in life?
Yeah, so Zunkin, he was exiled from Minitaria because he was, doing some magic things and they didn't like that. So I want to prove them that magic isn't actually that bad and actually can help their society. So I want to become powerful enough to show them this. And yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Okay. And Torque, what motivates you, buddy?
Let's see here. Really, sometimes he's like on a quest to protect people from the evil gnomes, but he's kind of absolutely terrified of them. Like it's just everything about him. He's probably kicked by one when he's a little pupper. So he's like trying to protect people. Like he's just trying to be a good boy. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
Torque's a good boy.
He's got his little good boy school diploma. He's proud of it. Can't read it, but he's still proud of it.
He was a Boy Scout?
No, he just graduated from good boy school.
Okay.
That's why he's got his snacks. He's earned them.
Wonderful. And Morgan, what motivates you?
I just sent you a message, so don't reveal too much.
All right. Please hold while I read this book.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was actually like a novel.
Yeah, it's actually,
Morgan, part 1.
See, the spell worked again.
it's the Sherlock Holmes story about the river.
I've long been traveling these parts, unknown to the world of my existence.
By the way, Neal, I want to add something to mine, because that is also important. He's also driven by the belief that, of course, elves are the most superior species that lives on this continent. And he obviously is also a representative of that.
Is he an elf?
Yes, of course he's an elf.
I just wanted to make sure.
I've always known that Gwyneth Paltrow was heavily involved in activism. I just didn't think it was this sort of activism.
God damn it.
All right. So you're all hanging out in Shenanigans somewhere. Where are we all hanging out in Shenanigans?
Neal.
I wonder where.
It's probably like right there.
Probably over there.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
This will never change.
And you're all sitting around your table, hanging out. I don't think all of you know each other, so I don't think Morgan knows anybody. Maybe that. And Gwyneth has met a few of you. I think everyone else knows each other, right? Doreen, Kyla, Max, and Torque have all met. I think Gwyneth has met Doreen and Max.
Yeah, he was pretty, how should I put this, not very nice towards Minotaurs.
You barely understood anything I said about you.
You can say a lot with your body language.
I mean, yeah, of course.
This is very true.
It's so obvious.
So what's going down? Gwyneth and Morgan, you're kind of the outsiders of this group a little bit, just a little bit, but everyone's super friendly here. So
well, Morgan is he's a fairly beefy looking guy. He's wearing a he's got just like the whole barbarian thing going, just like classic barbarian, where he's got the sort of fur loincloth, and he's got like a big giant axe, like just almost cartoonishly big, flung over his shoulder.
Excellent.
He's got a big helmet with horns on it, and he is just absolutely shit-faced and has been since before any of you guys arrived.
I like to think this game takes place around the same time that we do, so it's like noon here in Shenanigans, and Morgan's just trashed.
Yes.
Neal, I like to think it's going to take
Absolutely
place
trash.
around when I'm there in Hawaii, where it's going to be morning and he'll be trashed.
But he's introduced himself to you guys as Morgan the Butcher.
I think he wakes up trash.
The legend of the North.
Lovely.
Legend.
But he's like way too trash to actually explain that too much.
Well, Guathir is sitting on the opposite side of the table of the knoll, leans as far as possible away from the knoll, not looking at him, and in Elvish, who also speak Elvish, can understand obviously, just kind of says, not out loud, but to himself, "Dear, when did this creature take it last time? It took a bath. I can smell it over here." Then
Well, that's probably why he can smell. It's because he took a bath recently. Probably smells like my dog.
Wet dog. Yep.
Touche.
oh, you
That's it.
speak the elven tongue.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm just saying as a player.
Okay.
I absolutely do not speak the elven tongue.
Okay. By the way, just probably for Kyla, this is, in elven terms, probably the most beautiful elf you've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
Defined,
Okay.
soft, sparkling, forest green eyes, long silver hair, currently braided to one braid, a bit androgynous, and he wears beautiful clothing and armor, and he has what's it called, that tunic that you wear over your armor?
A tabard.
A
Yeah.
tabard.
Tabard.
With with a symbol on it, which is a lunar eclipse, that is flanked by belladonnas.
Okay. Well, I don't have heraldry, so.
I'll give you an image. And he kind of, at least he looks over to you and in Elvish. It's so good to see that at least someone of our kind is around here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be a dear, and could you maybe bring me a glass of wine? Because I am afraid if I try to order one, that kobold will put his fingers in it.
I kind of just nod a little, like looking a little kind of funny at him, because I guess as an insight for the DM or whatever, Kyla left the elves because she was tired of elves.
Perfect.
So she's a little just like, okay. But yeah, I mean, Kyla speaks Kobold and Goblin because she traded with goblins and kobolds when she left the Elven lands.
So, my dear, what brought you out of Silvers? He leans over to Kyla. What brings you to such a place like this?
Adventure.
You're
That's
one
what
of
I'm
those
saying.
young ones that seeks the wide world.
Sure. And I guess also she's wearing like 27 knives like on like belts and stuff, and has like a cloak with like bull horns on the end of the hood.
He doesn't. His face just shows maybe relaxation in some way because he's speaking to another elf
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
not someone of these people. Especially the gnoll. He seems to be really avoid looking at the gnoll.
Well, as far as these people go, I just realized with the party composition, Morgan has just been staring at Zunkin. He spent like an hour as he was like totally crashed, just staring at Zunkin as if in disbelief. And then in like the last 15 minutes, he's like, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
I'm
And,
currently
like, able to explain like exactly what, but being very apologetic to Zunkin.
I'm currently reading this instruction manual to how to operate a chariot, and like looking through this.
Well, but what type of chariot is it? Is it a common chariot or a war chariot, Max?
It's a common chariot
Okay.
with 2 horses.
Okay.
And I'm reading through this instruction manual, and suddenly a crying barbarian comes over and like, what?
I didn't know. Nobody told me. It's not my fault, but it won't happen again.
What's the matter?
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
What happened? I can help you.
I can't believe it. You're gonna help me. Oh God, that's man. You're one of the good ones, man. You're like a real humanitarian. I can't. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve your help.
You should start explaining why you're like sad and all.
Let me guess.
I think he's a humanitarian.
What?
God, let me just buy you a drink at least. It's the least I can do. What are you drinking?
Just some cheap ale. You want some?
No, I'm gonna buy it for you, man. I'm gonna buy it for you. All the ale you want. It's all on me. It's the
Oh,
least
sure.
I can do.
Okay. Yeah. I think there's space in my chariot for a couple of barrels of ale. I just looking through this instruction manual. Yeah, I think 2 barrels is should be good.
I don't know, man. The open container rules here, and you don't want to be caught with an open container in your chariot. I'll get you the barrel, man. It's the least I can do.
Yeah, thanks. It's been great helping you there.
Yeah. Where is Glib Glob around?
Yep, Glib Glob is around, definitely.
How much for a barrel of ale?
Glib Glob kind of just shrinks a little bit and then scurries back behind the counter.
You might want to ask the owner of this tavern for that.
I thought I did.
One of
Oh
the.
dear.
Let me help your poor soul. And Guafir stands up and walks over to the bar. Desmond, was it?
Yes, of course it is. What is your name, strange feller?
Guafir, a pleasure.
Not really.
That poor fella over there wants to know how much it is to buy a barrel of ale. Or cask.
Well, I can sell you a barrel of ale. Absolutely. It'll be 1,320 copper.
I walk back over here. What was it? 1,300 and what?
20.
20.
13.2 gold.
Will be 132 silver. He said.
Oh God, how much is that real money? I can't do math.
13.2 gold.
Okay, he wants 2. He wants 2. He wants 2. Here's
Neal, you should have made it 13.1.
9. Here's 30.
So that way he could have bought a marathon of beer.
I'll just like grab a handful. Let's just roll.
Roll for Rob's handful of coins.
Yeah, 5d10 gold. We'll say.
That's good. 5.
36.
All right, he gives 36 gold.
Oh wow, that's more HP than the rock had.
That has nothing to do with HP.
I know, but it's all D10s.
Yes, he means 5d10.
Yeah.
That's still even with 60. That's still more.
He's commenting on how high the roll of 5d10 was.
I see.
Yeah.
So you have 36 gold in your hand. What do you do with this pile of coins?
Well, it was. Let's see, the character name. It was Guathier who told me how much it cost, and I'll give him the money.
You hand it over to Guathier.
Oh, you expect me? Well, very well. You want 1 cask, I assume?
2. He wants 2. It's the least I can do. I didn't know.
Oh, what did you not know? Oh, that is.
Yes,
That is
yes,
not
I will get you your
No.
cask. Please stop crying onto me. He goes over. He wants 2 casks. Just dumps the floor of the counter.
Alrighty then. And what type of ale? We have a whole bunch of different ales.
Give him 2 different ones.
Of any type? Just 2 different ales. All right.
By the way, do you also have elven wine?
Yeah. We carry a couple of bottles around. Of course.
How much for a bottle?
All the way imported from the Elven lands? Well, that'll be 400 copper.
He puts 4 gold coins on the table.
Excellent. You get a bottle of wine handed to you, and momentarily later, Desmond comes over carrying 2 casks of ale, each one 55 gallons, and sets them down next to Morgan. There you go. Ale.
He just carries them on over.
Yeah, well, he's Desmond. He's
It's Desmond.
super strong.
There
It's
you
not
go. I look over at Duncan. Are we even now?
Yeah,
Tell me
we're
we're
totally even. Yeah, totally.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
you want to share a barrel when we're like out of wintering? We could, hang out and stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You're so good, man. You're just like I can't like I wouldn't be that forgiving. I gotta tell you.
Hey, Rob.
You're
Does
amazing.
Morgan have any food in front of him?
Probably just like the crumbs of all kinds of bar food. He's been here a long time.
Okay. Well, you're pretty drunk, and I don't think Torque's seen the last time you ate. So, Neal, I'll grab Glib Glob and order like 2 steak dinners or something.
2 steak dinners coming up.
Yep,
Well,
and I'll give
thank
one to him.
People
And I'll
have
make sure
told
when
me I'm a sad drunk, but no one's ever told me I'm a pretty drunk.
Yes,
Yep.
you.
Yep. But when Glib Glob comes back, I make sure and tip him an extra special portion of. I give him some of my steak.
Well, it's all right because he comes back licking his fingers.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then there's some curious thumbprints on your steak that
That's
you've
okay.
been handed. Okay, all right, just
It's
so you
one
know.
ear-
You think Torque cares?
He's a
Yes,
no.
I'm just letting you know what you see. You
Yeah.
can make up your opinions. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no, Torque is fine with this. I mean, I can
Well-
literally like cut off and like give him a steak as like his tip.
Mhm.
Well,
Perfect.
Thea sees that out
So,
of
so
the-
did Torque get some food for Morgan? I
Yep,
didn't-
yep. So 1 steak goes to me, 1 steak goes to you.
All right.
So I haven't seen you eat anything. It's like, this guy's pretty drunk.
All right. When you said it in front of me, like, oh, that
You're pretty drunk. You should eat something.
yeah, that's a nice cut of meat.
Oh yes.
My compliments.
Then I go comically eating my slice.
All right. As you're eating your meats,
It's probably pretty disgusting for Bastian's character.
Yes, as he sees like the kobold obviously having like grabbed at the meat, and he just uncorks the bottle of wine and just takes a long sip of that elven
Yeah.
wine.
After about 3 bites in, Morgan suddenly looks horrified. Oh my god! What am I doing? Oh god! And like pushes the meat off the table, or pushes the steak off the table.
I think Snuffles probably gets to it pretty quick.
The puppy.
Yeah.
That's
Snuffles or
Probably just-
Glub, one of the two.
They probably start fighting.
so as the fight breaks out over the spilled steak, the
I'm just
door
imagining
opens.
The 2 of them barking at each other, like kind of down on all fours.
The door opens, and in through it walks what appears to be a fine elven merchant, flanked on either side by a pair of minotaurs. They head over to the tavern, to the bar, where Desmond points them in your direction, and they come on up to your table. Before they arrive, while you're seeing them enter and everything, you'll note that the merchant is a very fine merchant, wearing the finest of silks made from various creatures. Not just like silk malls, but there's like some spider silk in there, and there's some other forms of silk that I can't think of right now there as well.
Would I
Silkworm?
recognize
Goat silk.
signs of a noble?
No, not nobility, not ruling class, but wealthy merchant.
Yeah, they
I see.
probably have more money than the noble.
As he comes over, Guafi obviously stands up and like turns to him.
The noble approaches you with the 2 battle axe wielding, leather harness wearing minotaurs, and says in a smooth voice, I need brave and dependable mercenaries. My
Great.
goods have been stolen, and they need to be returned.
Is he saying
Immediately.
this in common?
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. Greetings.
Hmm.
If you're looking for the finest, then we shall retrieve your goods.
Morgan is just gawking at the
Gives him,
Minotaurs.
he also gives him like a proper elven greeting. He has etiquette and all that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I go over and greet the bodyguards and in Minotaurian say, greetings.
Greetings.
And I lower my horns and make like a headbutt greeting, like Minotaurian greeting.
They lower their horns and tap them with yours as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, what brings you to these parts?
Still in Minotaur, it says, Elfie creature needed guards. We are guards.
Yeah, he's wealthy, right? Wealthy
Very.
creature. So how did he lost his goods? Like, It's not your fault, right?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well,
Of course, it's not our fault.
of course, yeah.
We were told to guard against killers and assassins and bandits. No one expected the gnomes.
Oh, no. No.
No.
All right, cool. I'm still blissfully unaware. I don't speak.
I think at that point, we're just going to go to break right now. And when we come back from break, we're going to figure out what actually this mission is. And we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Nobody.